It looks like Apple will see some growth in 2020, but actually not because of their current iPhone lineup. We have some new leaks that suggest that the Pixel 4 is in fact getting more expensive, and we have some new renders of the OnePlus 7T Pro that look way too familiar. I'm Jaime Rivera, and yeah, it's October. I mean, should I buy shirts that are more in line with Freddy Krueger and stuff? I mean, that's the thing. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals, and actually I never thought that I'd be covering deals for the Google Pixel 3a, but they are now available. Again, this is pretty much the best budget phone that we could recommend right now. As it stands, it currently goes for $399, but it's currently available at B&H for $349, along with a 3-month Mint Mobile subscription and a clear case that's valued at $80. And in the case of the 3a XL, it's also available for $429 in the same bundle. Obviously, we're just a week away to see what the Pixel 4 is going to be about, which we'll talk about soon, so that's the reason for the deal. Now, I don't know if any of you remember, there was a company called HTC. They pretty much invented what we currently know as the smartphone, or at least had a lot to do with it. And surely, yeah, Apple popularized it and everything, but it seems that the company wants to come back. The company's new CEO gave an interview where he says that the company moved away from innovating in the smartphone segment and moved on to VR, which was always a right move according to him, but not at the right time. He also comes with a new vision. HTC will now focus on flagships and the premium segment instead of making mid-rangers. He claims the best-in-class software and photography would make consumers come back to HTC. He also talked about 5G and more in the interview. You know what the problem is? That this is not the first time that HTC has decided to jump back into premium devices and then just cheaps out on the hardware, which is, I don't understand. This was the company that did the premium phone the best way ever, best unboxing experiences ever, and then they lost themselves. But hey, I'll give them a chance. And trust me, I know it's crazy early to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy S11, but the rumors are in, so let's continue talking about the possibilities here. Apparently we have a possible launch date if the company doesn't change things over time, and we're kind of early for that. The report is a bit doubtful on source, but claims that we should expect it on February 18th. Now, the past 2 generations have been launched at MWC, and MWC 2020 starts at February 24th, so it might be a little later until we get that Picasso codename phone lineup, or it could just be that we get it on the pre-show, which is what usually happens. It doesn't necessarily happen at the exact time of MWC. We'll see. Now, the biggest question that I got in our first impressions video of the OnePlus 7T is, where is the OnePlus 7T Pro? And well, apparently it's coming. It's just not what people were expecting. We've got some new leaks that show us pretty much the same design of the 7 Pro, but we should expect internal changes starting with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus, even if the RAM and internal storage might either not change or get smaller. We also hear a 4080 mAh battery and Warp Charge 30T. We also have some case renders that look pretty much like everything we had on the 7 Pro. So again, not necessarily something to get excited about, and I don't know if we're actually getting it in the United States. Now let's move the spotlight over to the Google Pixel 4, Pixel 4 XL. We've got Evan Blass chiming in on more details that are, I don't know, it depends on which way you see them, because particularly we've been hearing that the Pixels are getting more expensive, and Evan has corroborated it, but the problem is where the information's coming from. See, the problem is the leaks come from Canada, which is where phones are usually more expensive anyways. If you convert to US dollars, the 64GB Pixel 4 will start at $789, and then while the 128GB variant will start at $900. And then in the case of the XL, it'll start at $900 for the 64GB, and then $1,022 for 128 gigs. Now in US dollars, they may seem the same, but these are $50 and $100 increases in Canada, which may also seem to get, I don't know, flooded into the United States. Whatever the case may be, let us know what you think in the comments about the possibility of Pixels getting more expensive at this time. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with iPhones yet again, particularly because of Ming-Chi Kuo predictions. I trust whatever he comes up with because he usually gets it right. And this time it's all about the fact that it seems that Apple finally figured out the formula to raise their sales one more time up to 10%. According to Kuo, Apple will see a 10% year-over-year growth in Q1 2020. He claims that this will happen because of the growing replacement demand for the iPhone 11, along with the fact that he expects that the SE2 will be a major hit with a launch in Q1. He also claims that Q4 2019 they are expected to ship 70 to 75 million iPhones. Now, obviously for me, it's rather shocking to see that the best-selling iPhones are not necessarily the most expensive ones, but it makes sense. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you think? I mean, do you think that an SE2 with the design of the iPhone 6 is a smart idea and that would be a sleeper hit in sales? Because for me, that design, no. I mean, probably the 8, but that would be good enough for me. But people want the iPhone SE design, the iPhone 5. Let us know in the comments down below what you recommend. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. Also, follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see what I do with these phones. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.